Let's talk minimum wage. Minimum wage jobs and minimum wage earners face a bit of a stigma in society. As a matter of fact, minimum wage jobs are quite important. They're the office clerks, the baristas, the cashiers, the retail customer service reps, the cleaners, the security guards, and the parking lot attendants that keep Canada safe, secure, and moving. These people are the back shop that contribute to every aspect of our everyday society. As a matter of fact, on average, you will encounter service from a minimum of 7 minimum wage service providers each day in a typical day. A set minimum wage across the board only breeds more working poor. As a matter of fact, most minimum wage earners receive no raises for time or experience on the job, and should they decide, take for instance, to work for at the same job at another employer, there's absolutely no recognition for seniority. So typically they start back at minimum wage. People who do their job more efficiently earn the same as incompetent people or people that do a mediocre job. So there's no motivation there. There's no empowerment. Most minimum wage jobs have no benefits or paid sick days. So if you miss a day, you lose dollars. This is valuable money that could mean the difference between putting food on your table or paying the rent. The only way to get a raise is when minimum wage goes up for most minimum wage earners. On average, minimum wage is 18% below the poverty line when it comes to income, with at least 66% of earners receiving social assistance support and help from food banks. Minimum wage is not indexed to the cost of living, inflation, or even what is considered to be the fair market value for labor within specific industries based on those industry best practices. To actually index or adjust the minimum wage rate under the current system would be catastrophic and cause many small to medium-sized businesses to close, causing people to lose their jobs and creating an unreasonable jump in the price of items most people need to buy. This is why the current minimum wage system is not working and keeps people in a job ghetto as the working poor. What really happens when minimum wage is increased, prices go up to offset this increase. Employers end up paying more in wages and employment taxes. The cost of living for everyone goes up. No one really benefits except the tax system. Employers, especially small to medium sized business, must increase their prices in order to pay more in wages or reduce employee hours or eliminate jobs altogether. Overall, the cost of things people buy is increased up to 4.5% over a year, with the average minimum wage increase being typically 4%. It costs the government next to nothing to raise minimum wage, but it directly costs businesses from the small family owned business to the corporate box store. As a matter of fact, the government benefits by increased employer tax revenues on businesses and an improved good guy image with the multitude of minimum wage voters, or I mean workers. So here's my solution as a sensible alternative to current minimum wage legislation. I propose a wage system based on individual productivity, experience, and training. Such a system is fair and equitable to both employee and employer. Under such a system, an employee is empowered to be more productive to their employer and customers in taking pride and ownership in what they do. In return, the employee has earned opportunity to advance in the job as a person. A basic minimum wage would be established only for those entering the workforce for the first time, or re-entering the workforce after a 2-year absence, or entering into a career industry change. For those who receive this minimum wage or are classed in a minimum wage job, certain rules would apply. I would propose a 0.5% increase for full-time service after 18 months. I would then also propose a 0.5% wage increase for each year of full-time service thereafter. Then, there would also be a 1% per year increase for any industry-related training that lasts for 24 hours from an accredited industry-recognized training program. I would also propose a 2% increase for professional certification from an accredited or industry-recognized organization, but this would be a one-time increase throughout the employee's life, so to speak, in the industry. I also would propose a 1% per year increase for outstanding service at the discretion of the employer. And of course, 2% increase if you are supervising two or more individuals, not including yourself, for more than 24 hours during your full-time work week. And needless to say, there would be a 2% increase for those that work in remote or isolated regions, such as Canada's north, but this would be a one-time increase over the minimum wage. If you work part-time, which is legally defined as less than 37 hours per week, you get half of these percentages, as the system is based on time and experience. After 3 years of verifiable employment within the industry, you cannot be reset to minimum wage when hired by another company within the industry doing the same work or supervising those in the job you had held. Society, our community, depends on people to do these jobs to keep things running smoothly. Society must realize that current minimum wage legislation only contributes to the working poor and job ghettos in our communities. People need opportunity and empowerment. Let's think and talk about what I've discussed. Thank you.